So if you guys remember back in the early 2000s, the retro car style was a huge thing that every car manufacturer was trying to do it. And this was the vehicle that set that trend when it first came out in 2001. So much so that it was named North American Car of the Year as well as Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Brendan, this didn't age well at all though. I mean, I know they were going for retro styling, but look around at the auction. There are crap cars everywhere, and I think you picked the ugliest car at the auction, and this is the one you want, really?
Yeah, this is the one I want. I know they haven't aged well, that's for sure. Because probably not the best kind of people ended up buying these because they were so inexpensive. But believe it or not, the first few years that these were out, at Chrysler dealerships, these were selling for full sticker price. And I mean, even today, things aren't selling for full sticker price at Chrysler dealerships.
Yeah, no, I believe that. I remember being, a kid and rolling around in the back of my mom's car and seeing these all over the place. They definitely were popular, but in 2023, they just look like a blob. Retro styling is in nowadays, but it's all about the round headlights and the flat grille and being boxy, and this is as far as you can get from that, and it's just nothing about this is cool and retro to me.
Well,
sorry.
That's okay. Well, maybe there's something I can do to convince you that this is cool under the hood.
Let's see.
Under the hood of this one, because this is the GT, is the 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder, pumping out 220 horsepower to the front wheels, lifted straight out of the Neon SRT4.
Yeah, it is cool that it's turbocharged, but those Neons, I don't think were known to be super reliable, and that's really all I have to say about that. I'm sure this is a little fun, but still 220 something horsepower?
Yeah, 220. If you got an 06, which this is an 05, if you got an 06 or later, they were bumped up to 230. They also have 245 pound-feet of torque, so it is a torquey little motor in this fairly small car. And yes, I know those SRT4 Neons were not known for being super reliable, but it's still cool, right?
It is cool, but what the Neons were that this isn't is tiny. The Neons were a tiny little car. This is, still small, but there's a lot more weight to lug around than in a little Neon.
So it's stepping up to the GT means that you get this really big rear wing to help with all the downforce you're going to feel at over 200 miles an hour in your PT Cruiser, as well as an actual body color painted rear bumper. If you remember, all the other PT Cruisers had a lame unpainted rear bumper, and you got this cool little parcel shelf that you can also put down to a lower position if you want to have it in a lower position. But if you slid it forward up here on the top, you also had underneath here, you flip this out and this down, a nice little table for tailgate.
I'm not sure why you're so happy. This tailgate's the coolest part of your PT Cruiser.
Yeah, that's true. What is a little concerning, though, is all the items that are in the back here. Usually, if you have a good running vehicle, you don't need to keep additional fluids with you.
Yeah, no, we've got more than fluids. We've got a set of spark plug wires. We've got paint match. We've got coolant. We've got oil. We've got filters, cabin filter, and an oil filter.
Hey, look at this. It's got a tire inflator with it.
So you've got everything you need to get you off the side of the road. Look, bulbs too. Literally everything.
Oh, now I have one less bulb. Thanks.
Whoops.
Well, let's check out the actual inside where we're going to be driving it.
I'm going to clean this glass up so no one gets a flat here.
Okay. So hopping into the PT Cruiser, you can see it's doesn't have the most headspace. I mean, I'm 5'9" and I'm already touching my head against the ceiling. Maybe I can go down a little bit, but the retroness kind of continues onto the interior where you have this kind of chrome look finish on both sides and then a nice pod set up here. And I do really like this shift knob, although it looks chrome, it's plastic. And then it's got some your standard Dodge Chrysler radio stuff and buttons and switches, but I do really like these center mounted window switches, Alex.
Yeah, which is probably just a cost cutting thing. I mean, that looks awfully familiar to some of the Jeep products I've seen that save some money by not putting switches on all the different doors. I know that's because the doors are removable too, but yeah, definitely cost cutting there.
Well, why don't you hop into the back seat? Because even though it's a small car, I think it actually has a pretty decent amount of space in the back, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's actually better than some modern cars, actually. And what is this seat, like, fold flat and you got a tray table there or something?
I think so. I think that's the idea, at least. So,
Or is it a footrest?
somebody buckled the seatbelt, but yeah, you can fold it flat, and you can put things here that'll slide off if you ever start to drive anywhere or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's footrest, but that's cool to eat on. And you've got some really funky floor-mounted window switches back here for the rear windows, and one cup holder.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for the backseat passengers, for sure.
A little bit, but yeah, I mean, seriously, I'm a little impressed with how much room is back here. This is a small, old car, and I've got plenty of room. I mean, trunk kind of sucks. You don't have a lot of space back there if these seats are folded up, but not bad.
Let's do the important part and take it out for a spin. Are you ready to feel the power of
Never
the PT
been more
Cruiser
ready in my
GT?
life. Let's do it. Got to make some foot space here. I've got chocolate bars and all kinds of trash down here.
Yeah, these don't always get, I mean, vehicles in general here don't always get traded in the best condition.
I didn't get a peek at this little dome up here before, but
Oh yeah,
I'm seeing like that little round spaceship-y temperature compass thing.
Yeah, it tells you the temperature and that we're heading south.
Yeah.
But I'm quickly noticing that this power steering is a bit non-functional.
Yeah, a little bit non-functional is an understatement. Doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
So, it's all right once you're up to speed. Just wrestle with it a little bit.
Well, and the thing that's interesting, so they took the engine out of the SRT4, but they didn't do any suspension upgrades. So it still handles like an economy PT Cruiser, but just has the power of that Neon SRT4. And so in a straight line, I've heard it can be pretty fun. And I've got this little test track here. I'm gonna
See what it can do.
see what we can do. So some of the fast cars can get up over 40 miles an hour on this. So let's see what we can
Watch
do.
your speedo for you.
Well, not very fast,
No,
but I got,
pretty much 40 though.
yeah, I got pretty close to 40.
Yeah, 38,
Jesus,
39 maybe.
turning at the end though. Well, let's do this. I'm going to park it up.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick little swap, and I want to get your opinion on how this drives.
Cool. I will say, the first thing I thought when I got in here is it does have a kind of a cute feel on the inside. I mean,
Cute.
yeah, it's like the windshield's kind of small and the mirrors are real round and this window's small and yeah, it's just everything's round and bubbly.
I mean, doesn't
Cute.
this steering wheel kind of feel like you're piloting a cruise ship?
Yeah, a little bit. I'll give you that. It does look a little ship-like.
Yeah. I mean, there's certainly not a lot of headspace in here for sure.
No.
I mean, I'm touching my hair right up here, but yeah, it certainly feels like a compact car, but having these nice leather seats helps it feel a little more premium, I
Yeah, I'm
guess.
surprised this has leather in it for, you know, a Chrysler car of this age.
Well, and these were pretty cheap,
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oops.
Yeah, I think these were like 23 grand brand new back in 05.
Okay.
Even with all the options that this one has. All right,
See what it does here.
let's see. Ooh, a little bit of
A
wheel
little
spin.
big, yeah.
Yeah. Does that engine feel healthy, or is it having issues that I'm not hearing? Or that
I think it sounds healthy. It feels healthy to me. I mean,
maybe it just needs a tune-up. Put some spark plugs and wires in it.
yeah, well, you've got them already in the back. So.
That's true. Yeah. Certainly gonna have to fix the power steering. Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, there's something a little off. Let's go one more lap down the test track.
All right.
Quicker than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Fun little car, right?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? I do think it's cute though.
Well, let's go park it up, and you can give me your final judgment on if you can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Sounds good.
Well, Alex, have I pulled you over to my side on the fact that this is actually kind of a cool car, even though it's, I know, got the moniker of a PT loser?
Yeah, I don't think you've won me over, to be totally honest. It's, you know, it was kind of fun to drive, but I wouldn't want to be seen pulling into work every day in a PT Cruiser or a PT
Well,
Loser.
here's the thing. I have like 10 cars, so
Yep, that's true.
this would be maybe once every other week I would pull into work in it.
It's a date night car, right?
Yeah, my wife would love me for
Yeah.
that. Taking her out on a date night in a PT Cruiser. That's something we certainly want to roll up in, but I'll tell you what, guys, I am going to attempt to buy it. I'm going to set a budget of $2,000.
There you go.
If I can get it for $2,000 or less, then I think I'll take it home. Even with its issues, it's still kind of a cool, fun car that we could maybe do some drag racing with. I think that's about all it's good for, right?
And look, any car you can get in 2023 for $2,000, I think is a pretty good deal, no matter what it is. So, yeah, the fact that this is a little more fun to drive than some of the other cars here, and, you know, I'm still going to say it looks terrible, but fun to drive and affordable. Yeah, I mean, $2,000 car, can't beat that.
Well, thank you for helping me check it out.
Totally.
Let's cut to that auction, see if I end up getting it. So guys, as promised, I did get in on the action on that Chrysler PT Cruiser, and although I was in the bidding, I wasn't the highest bidder. It ended up selling for $1,600, and yes, I know I said I would do $2,000, but I was factoring in auction fees and some repair prices as well, so I just wasn't willing to go over my budget of about $1,500 at the auction block. But I will keep my eye out for maybe, hopefully, a better example down the road for you guys. And I do appreciate you watching the video. Thank you so much. Take care.